Welcome back to the channel. We are fast approaching the 2026 Formula One season. Actually, FP1 in Australia is only a couple hours away. Now, on one hand, it feels like the season just ended and we were celebrating Lando winning his first championship for McLaren. But on the other hand, with all the things going on in the world, it also feels like it's just been so long that we've been without Formula One. If you hear some noise in the background, that's just my director. She's 9 months old, so she's got a lot of stage directions for me. Unfortunately, I just sit here and yap at a camera, but she's going to give her 2 cents anyway. We've only seen one personnel change in the whole off season as far as drivers are concerned, and that's Arvid Lindblad taking over for Yuki. But the big news in the off season is obviously the change in the regulations. Early on, it looked like Mercedes was going to be the top team of the season, and it looks like they'll definitely still start out that way. We'll see how things shake out. I know it was only a couple years ago that McLaren started off really horrible and ended up catapulting themselves towards the top of the constructor standings. So I don't think there's any reason why they can't do that again. The few things that I want to touch on about the regulations themselves are just to see how teams use this energy generation and how they deploy it. Could be really interesting. It seems like starts are going to be interesting. You know, we've got Max Verstappen dropping down into like first gear to build up that energy supply. Other people may be copying that. Who knows if it works? Who knows if it's a ruse just to throw the other teams off, even though I don't think that would work for more than a couple races. Before we talk about individual teams and how they might shake out as far as the regulations, the other big news is we have an 11th team, Cadillac. Honestly, if they finish anywhere above 11th, I think that's a win in the first year. And it looks like they might be able to do it. There have been a couple really bad surprises, unfortunately. One of them is Williams not making it to early testing and looking like they're really behind the 8 ball. But I do feel that James Vowles can work out the kinks and get the team at least in the midfield by the end of the season or by next season. The more concerning one actually is Aston Martin. They may not even run in Australia. It looks like they might limit laps to 25 laps per driver because of the intense vibration in the car that it may cause nerve damage. I don't know if that is true at this point or if that's just rumor, but that's a scary thing. And we had big plans for Adrian Newey and hopefully Fernando Alonso getting another win or at least a podium in the next couple years. But if this car is undrivable, I just don't see him lasting past the end of this year if he even finishes 2026 at all. One team that's looking a lot better and I think actually made one good decision in 2025 is Alpine. I don't like the way they handled Jack Doohan and Franco Colapinto and really not giving Doohan a fair shake. But I think them not putting anything into 2025 is going to help them. It looks like they're going to potentially move up towards the top of the midfield and possibly past Williams, Haas, RB. Who knows? The Haas, just like the Ferrari though, the engine is looking strong. It just kind of depends on how the teams do otherwise. Ferrari has a very cool and unique design on their rear wing that basically rotates all the way around. We'll see how that plays out. I'm skeptical. Even if it works for aero, I think that it's just one more thing that can break. But the Ferrari drivers are both very happy. McLaren might be sandbagging. Red Bull might be sandbagging. We don't really know. And we may not even know after Australia. We should get a fairly good idea, but it may take a few races before we really see which car shines. While I do have my favorite teams, I would say more than anything, I really am a fan of sport and a fan of Formula One. So I am beyond excited to just see how it goes. I'm sure we'll see some chaos. I'm sure that we'll see some surprises, and I'm sure that we'll see some things just kind of fall in line how they kind of have recently. But that's what we're here for. You know, that's what it's all about. So I am going to be trying to play the F1 fantasy, and I will set up a league or a group or whatever, and I will put the name of that in the description in case you want to play. alongside me. I am also working on a Formula One event for next year that I will have more information coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to share it with you. Because it's for next year, we don't even know the dates that the event's going to be or where exactly it's going to be, but it will be during the Miami Grand Prix, and it will be kind of an adjacent option for people who want to enjoy the race, but either don't want to go to the race itself, or if you've got friends or family that don't really enjoy racing, it's a way that you can enjoy the racing. They can do something else, and everybody can have a really good time. You can get together with Formula One fans across the country, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I want to say for now. Leave a comment if you have an idea of what it might be, or if you've got your own predictions for the 2026 season. It's about to kick off, and I can't wait. Let's go Lando. Let's go McLaren. But just in general, let's go. Let's go!